Hi students, today I'm going to talk about word stress and I can be contacted at kamranali.asal@gmail.com. Let's start. Stress on different levels. Let me read these three words first. The first one is photographer, photographer, photographer. The second one is photograph, photograph, photograph. The third one is photographic, photographic, photographic. Now here we can see that in the word photographer, photographer, the stress goes on to this vowel, right? Whereas in the word photograph, photograph, the stress goes on to this ow sound. And then in the word photographic, photographic, the stress is put onto this vowel. Now this means that in English, if a word is comprised of more than one syllable, one of them is to be stressed, right? And usually vowels are stressed. Now this means one word, one stress. One word cannot have two stresses, so we cannot stress, right, two vowels in this word. We just have to stress one. So this means there are rules for predicting that where the stress would come, right? And otherwise you won't be able to do. Or you can consult a good dictionary and you can spot out the stress mark and learn where to put the stress, right? The stress is always on a vowel. This you got to keep in mind. Consonants are never stressed, so this should not dissuade you because normally the stress mark is put before consonants in some cases, right? Okay, so that doesn't mean that these consonants are to be stressed. Only vowels are stressed, right? Okay, and please once again remember one syllable, only one syllable is stressed in a word. Now, stress on two syllables, nouns and verbs. If there are two syllables in a word, we got to, of course, predict which one is to be stressed. And the simple rule is that first of all, we determine whether the word is a noun or a verb. If it's a noun, then the first part or the first syllable, right, is to be stressed, right? You do not stress the second syllable. Now let's have a look at these examples. Center, object, object, or object, 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 object. Now there are two pronunciations for this one. Flower, flower. Conflict, conflict. Defect, defect. Export, export. Now if we look at the verbs, the second part, the second syllable is being stressed. Conflict, conflict, conflict. Defect, defect. Extract, extract. Export, export. Now I hope students you have understood this is just an introduction to the stress. It may not give you a mastery over it, but it can actually guide you, right? If you ever have to find out, right, where to put the stress in a particular uh, word, right? Okay, you can at least, use this knowledge, right? Okay, to figure out where to put the stress. At least you should be able to, consult a dictionary in that case, right? Thank you. Have a nice time. Take care.